Okay, welcome back into another episode of the Yappin Wrestling Podcast. Of course, Dylan Mel joined by my guy Deli.
What's going on, y'all?
SummerSlam 2024 is in the books. SummerSlam 2024, in my opinion, the best WWE pay-per-view from start to finish of the year. That does include WrestleMania Night 2. No, the main event didn't top the main event, but overall of a card, I think we saw a better show tonight than we saw any event this year. Top to bottom, every match felt important. Every match got really accomplished what it needed to. And we said this in our predictions. It felt like a season finale, and that is how these big pay-per-views, big PLEs are supposed to feel. You know, I know we come across sometimes as Papa H, Triple H Glazers, but this man knocked it out the park. And there's just really no way around it. We're going to break down every single match, but we have to start with just kind of the ending to the show, the return of the original tribal chief, OTC, Roman Reigns.
Yes, sir.
He's looking a little skinnier, looking like he lost a little bit of weight. I respect it. Beard
movie weight,
a little thinner.
That movie weight. When you lost it, you're doing a movie. You wrapping up a movie. He ain't. The Rock was the only person that's doing the movie.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, that's why he was gone. He was doing a movie. People that didn't know.
He was resting up, actually. Our tribal chief was resting. He was Goku in like the healing pod. That's what Roman was.
Hyperbaric chamber.
Yes, sir. So Roman returns. The commentary team is building it up. I love the new like intro to him coming out. I don't know if that's permanent or if that was just for tonight, but it was dope. They're like, is he coming out to take out Cody because Cody took the most important thing for him? Is it Solo? Because Solo, they've been talking that talk, comes in, boom, Superman punch Solo, boom, spear Solo. I mean, the crowd, holy, I don't know if they turned them up or if that was literally all 56,000 of them in Cleveland hitting it. Beautiful. Gives Cody the head nod. Not a little bit of a sign of respect, but not I did this for you. I did this for me, but you can reap the benefits because I'll allow you to.
That's exactly what it was. It was a head nod of respect. Like, I respect you, and that was it. That was you stop it there.
And then Cody picks up Solo, Crossroads. Roman watches the 1, the 2, the 3. Cody Rhodes retains. Roman Reigns makes his point known. You hear Solo as the show is going off the air, kind of throwing a little bit of a tantrum on the outside. He wasn't supposed to come back, blah, blah, blah. And now we are on the path to War Games, where it will be 8 to 10 Samoans and maybe 1 Canadian, if we're lucky, in there tangling it up. It was great.
Now, I guess I just want to talk about Roman then. It was great seeing him. I was kind of, like I was telling you before we started recording, I was kind of concerned about Jacob Fatu, so it kind of took the hypeness out of him returning. But the new music slapped. The way he walked in there, the aura was, as the kids say nowadays, the aura was just jumping off the roof.
Plus 1,000.
Yeah, it was jumping off the roofs, and I just want to say that's how you do a spear. Okay, no disrespect to, all disrespect to the Jimmies and the Jays and the Solos. That's how you do a spear. Okay, that's how you do the spear. Okay, that spear was the tribal chief spear. Yeah, that was a picture perfect spear and great, way to take it by Solo. Pause. He sold it. I should say he sold it pretty well. But that was just how you do a spear, a Superman punch off the rip. Like, it was like he was quick. By the time I turned around, he Superman punched the man into a spear quickly. That's how he get down that rip that fast. But it was great seeing Tribal Chief. I hopefully that, I won't say he's here to stay, but hopefully we see him for the next couple of weeks trying to build towards, not Berlin, but build pretty much towards Survivor Series, Bad Blood, stuff like that.
I think we got to get a Roman Solo match at either Berlin or Bad Blood. We'll talk about it. I think Berlin is going to be kind of a Raw PLE, not exclusively, but I think that match happens at Bad Blood. Seriously, man, these next, WB's loaded.
Yeah.
From now until WrestleMania, every time we talk about these cards, man, they are hot. They have some of the best workers in the world, some of the best storylines going, and this is the storyline, the bloodline angle. It is I might say it, man, it might be the greatest professional wrestling story of all time by the time this is all said and done.
100%.
We've been going for years now with this. You talk about long-term booking.
I think
it's been going on for.
I think Corey Graves is something like Kevin Owens been feuding with the Bloodline for like 5 years now. So I guess it's about 5 years.
Yeah.
So I guess that's 5 years with the Bloodline stuff.
Returns again at SummerSlam, and this time goes face. Previously went heel. It's just all full circle. There's so much to talk about there. We will get to it later. We wanted to start off because we know that's what's on everybody's mind. What did we think of it? We thought it was great. We thought it was executed to perfection. We are so excited about where things can go, but we're going to hop into this card from start to finish, give our thoughts on every match, where every storyline was going. If you do love WWE, make sure you're subbed to the channel. There's clip videos going out and a weekly podcast. And again, the more support you guys show, the more we'll put out. But pause. Let's start with the open of the show. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. We predicted that this would kick off the show. It's one of the better storylines in WWE, but we didn't see a spot for it later in the card. If you're not in the main event, where do you want to be? Either co or the opener. These ladies absolutely killed it. I thought that the energy was very much there. We see Rhea come out from the back, her and that bastard Dirty Dom Mysterio. We'll get to him. They come out, Liv comes out, and early on in the match, right, we talked about this. Rhea had to look dominant. Rhea did look dominant.
100%.
And then Liv gets the shoulder out of socket, gets some momentum going.
Yeah.
And obviously, it clearly wasn't out of socket. I don't know how Ripley flared her muscle like that to make it look like that. Yeah, I tried to look at my shoulder and try and do it, and I don't know how she did that. So shout out.
That was totally badass. That was badass. It
reminds me of Alexa Bliss, how she's double jointed, so she could do the breaking her arm thing.
Yeah.
And then Rhea runs into the announce table and pops her shoulder back into place. Super badass. Rhea dominated for a wide majority of this match. We said it was probably destined to be 75-25. I think those were your exact percentages there, and you were pretty spot on with that. We get to a riptide at the end of this match. Rhea hits the riptide, doesn't go for the pin. Says, you know what? I can't stand Liv so much. I'm going to get a chair. It's about beating her ass at this point. She goes to swing the chair, and Dom correctly grabs the chair.
Yeah.
Rhea, you can't win the title this way, mommy. It's about getting the title back. Just wait until after the match, blah, blah. And when that happened, I'm like, it gave me a little pause because going in, I told you I was like, for sure, he's going heel. And when he did it, I was like, And then I was like, well, he probably just doesn't want to see his new booth and get hit with a steel chair.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah.
And then he takes the chair out of her hands, hit with Oblivion, kicks out, Liv shocked. Then Dom distracts the ref, slides the chair back in, a second Oblivion on the chair. 1, 2, 3. The camera pans to Dom, and you see that just dastardly smirk smile on his face, and it's like, oh snap, that just happened. Liv gets out of the ring, she's sitting down, Dom comes up behind her, picks her up, Rhea watching all this, a makeout, of course, Rhea crying, the Liv Morgan revenge tour complete, the prophecy fulfilled. Liv said she would be leaving SummerSlam in tears. Liv clearly up here right now. Rhea clearly down here in the dumps.
Yeah.
Predictable, yes.
Yep.
But what did you think?
I thought predictable, yes, but also like some of that me and you talked about, because me and you've been going back and forth as far as what we feel like was going to happen as far as Dom, staying with Rhea, going with Liv. Me and you've been back and forth over the last couple of weeks since, not before Rhea came back, then Rhea came back. I think one of the predictions that we had kind of happened the first half of the match where he will accidentally cost Rhea, but it wasn't really like him turning heel into bad blood where he actually cost her for real. So me and you hinted at that, weeks ago, which we was correct for the first half. And then the second half happened where he actually really cost her. He put the belt, not the belt, he put the chair back in there, hit her with the Oblivion 1, 2, 3. Predictable. We seen it coming, but it was done so beautifully that, I kind of like how they put the replay thing up there. And with the replay thing kind of makes everything,
here's what I'll say. Predictable isn't always bad.
Exactly.
Predictable.
Yes.
Sometimes it's predictable because that's what should happen. That's why we predicted it. If Rhea had won here, it's okay. Story's over.
Yeah.
And there's no need to be a story's over point of view. I do have a question for you. With Bad Blood coming up, are we set to have 2 Hell in a Cell matches? I think Rhea Liv needs to be kind of, well, from a logical standpoint of, I think maybe we see it again at Berlin and Dom costs Rhea again. And then I think we get to the logical point of Dom needs to be kept out of these matches. Dom is the reason Liv beat Becky. Dom is the reason Liv beat Rhea. If they have another one at Berlin and Dom, gets the disqualification or whatever, Dom is the reason Liv is still champion. I think we are building towards a women's Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood between these 2 ladies, and I am here for it.
Yeah, I think you open the show with a Hell in a Cell and you end the show with a Hell in a Cell. No, well, shoot. I mean, I want to jump to the head. I don't know if we're going to end the show with a Hell in a Cell, but yeah, you for sure can start with the Hell in a Cell because I think that's what it's leading to. Because if they do have another match at Berlin, then he's going to cost them again and cost her again. And then, he has to be kept out. Like he has to be, outside the cage, or he got to be somewhere he can't interfere in the match. Now, do we see Liv win that match? Maybe. You see Rhea win that match? I don't know for sure.
You have to see Rhea win that match.
Rhea, right? I'm thinking. Let's be honest with you. I'm thinking Liv hold that belt into Survivor Series. That's what I'm thinking. After seeing what today, I think she keeps that belt into Survivor Series.
We'll get to it a little bit later, but I'm pretty confident. That Charlotte and Tiffany, if Charlotte's good to go, is the SmackDown side of things. I'm not sure where we sit on the Raw side of things because I think it won't be Bianca. I think they want to do Bianca Jade at 4.
Jade, yeah.
Could they stretch Rhea Liv all the way to Mania? What's Becky going to be doing at that point in time? What's Bayley going to be doing? Io, maybe it's a multi-woman match. I don't know. I don't see that far into the future, but I think this is our fall program for sure. And I wouldn't mind if this stretched into the Raws on Netflix. I mean, the possibilities of what we could do with these guys
100%.
when there's no PG rating is
100%.
Just,
Right. And now I see a lot of that going on Twitter right now, which is so funny. But I mean, to be honest with you, right now, until Becky comes back, these are the 2 top women that got heat and got some type of crowd reaction. All the other women are pretty much, you could say, developmental.
They are rebuilding up Io.
A lot of them, yes, and they trying to build up Lyra, but looks like now they're going into factions now. So look, they're going to do a lot of multi-women factions, which I don't know why we don't got trio titles for the women. So I don't know why they do a lot of factions.
We don't need trio titles.
Yeah, we don't.
We barely need tag titles. So.
Yeah, we don't. So I don't know why. I don't know what Triple H plan is with all these factions for the women.
Like a big faction guy, even for
he is. Yeah, he is. And so it's like.
It creates. I think it's because it makes it easier to book weekly television.
Yeah. For sure, you got 3 hours, 2 hours.
You could have different matches, but the same people rivaling.
Exactly.
I real quick. do you think this was Liv Morgan's best in-ring match? I don't
Yes.
think it was Rhea's, but I do think
Yes,
it's up there for Liv.
Since I want to say, because I think I think this is her best title defense match, because I think her and Zelina
In
was
terms of
storytelling,
I think this was her best
because this is what we predicted. We knew that Rhea would come in, beat the holy crap out of her. She gets a couple of offenses.
I mean, it's one of the better stories on WWE this year.
100%.
So
it's like, especially it's like second on Raw, because of course, you know, you got the not Damien, but you got the CM Punk and Drew, and then you also got the Bloodline. So you could say overall on WWE, that's this the third best storyline. So it's like, and you can say second, you can say first, depends on who you are, who you talk to. But yeah, as far as story wise, as far as this as a character, this is the best Liv Morgan we ever seen as far as character wise. As far as her best title defense, I think this is probably one of the best title defenses she had, because they played it so perfectly. As far as you want to make Rhea look so dominant, but you also give her some offense as a champion, and she looked pretty good doing both. She made Rhea look dominant, and she got offense in to make also like Rhea get the babyface comeback and the crowd reaction. So it was pretty good to me. The match was I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The match was a 9 out of 10. I can give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm just gonna be like that. But I get the match was really good.
I think in terms of match quality, I'm at about an 8.
Yeah.
But I think overall the show was 10 out of 10, but the individual matches can't all be 10s. I just one last fact I want to point out: Rhea Ripley's last 2 singles match losses. This one to Liv Morgan in 2022 to Liv Morgan. If you notice a trend there, Liv may have Rhea's number. And that's going to be. We then move into the IC title match. For me, this was the weakest match on the card. I didn't expect it to be. Maybe it's just that second match syndrome, where the second match is always kind of like lagging a little bit because a lot of the energy gets popped in the first one. But this felt quick. I mean, I don't know if it was just because I was working while watching and maybe like I was doing something at work, but this match flew by for me. Sammy barely gets any offense in, and Braun takes him out fairly with ease. So everybody that said Braun Breaker was
buried.
I mean,
hey, that's a pretty buried guy right there. That's a pretty buried guy right there.
I wonder if they're also now saying that Sammy's buried. But
you might see that. You might see that. Now, see, don't put it on people. You might see that IWC just hate WWE for some reason. You might see that. You might. I think this was the shortest match.
I think it's the right choice. So winner. I didn't mind Braun looking dominant. I feel like we're gonna get a third, whether that's on Raw, Berlin, Bad Blood. I don't know. Each guy's won one at this point. I hope the third a little bit longer, and I hope we kind of get what I had hoped this one was, where Sammy keeps kicking out. Braun can't believe it, but he keeps on kicking out. That just wasn't here. It was spear,
it was quick
running spear, GG's, good night.
Now, if people who's watching remember what I said, you came along with me with saying that, but we both said how we felt like this match was going to be, or we thought how this match was going to be. Nothing like a John Cena and Brock Lesnar, but it's something on that lower level level thing where you're going to see minimum offense from Sammy and whole type of dominance from Braun. And that's what quickly happened. Like I said, I think this was the shortest match. I think it was 10 minutes, a little under 10 minutes match, which good for a person like Braun, because he's a dominant figure who's been dominant for the last 3 weeks. After people saying he was buried, who cares?
There's no questioning his dominance after SummerSlam.
No question that, and he's gonna have a long title reign. And this ain't saying there's nothing buried with Sami Zayn, and we don't want to jump too far ahead because Sami Zayn was a great champion, but we knew that this was the right time for him to lose the belt. It was too early for Money in the Bank. It was too early for all that stuff. This was the right time to lose the belt, because you know why? He's on the bigger, better things. Not saying that the IC title is beneath him, but it's just the fact that right now,
Braun, you think he's on the bigger, better things.
We'll
see. I'm not sold he's going to be involved in the bloodline stuff.
And I'll wait for my comments with that bloodline stuff to the end of our thing, because I got a theory too. But what I mean by bigger than better things, I mean bigger better things, man. Meaning like he's going to be one of those top guys who's.
He might
go for that Gunther. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to. I think that's what You know what I mean by bigger, better things?
I could see that being a WrestleMania match.
I do too, and I think that Braun is going to win. I mean, not Braun. I think that Gunther is going to win, but I do see that's what Sammy is headed. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what. It there. I could see it at Rumble. I could see it at a lot of places. I saw a tweet: Braun Breaker and Gunther, the Raw champions. Good luck hoping for a title change anytime soon. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty fair. But listen,
best you can do is put on good matches, brother.
Everybody that thought Braun Breaker was buried, now you are in the Breaker era. And another mid-card title change is LA Knight defeated Logan Paul. As we kind of got up to this, I believe I told you that I picked LA Knight, but I had a sneaking suspicion that it was something I could be wrong about. I thought, Logan Paul hometown, are they going to do 4 title changes on a 7-match card? I don't know. This is an easy one that they could extend a couple more weeks, have Logan Paul cheat, and have LA Knight just get the moment at Berlin. It's not what I wanted, and I'm very happy that LA Knight is now the champ. The match was fantastic. This
from opening from an
in-ring wrestling standpoint, purely that, I think this may have been match of the night. Yeah. Logan always produces that springboard moonsault to the outside was spot of the night.
I've never seen nobody do that.
It was spot of the night. And listen, you could hate on Logan for what he tweets. You could hate on Logan for being an asshole. I don't really care about that stuff in the sense of what we are discussing here. As a professional wrestler, this guy fits in that ring like hand in glove. He absolutely produces every time he goes out there. I thought it was fine. He was U.S. champion. People were like, oh, this reign was too long. I thought the reign was a fine length, but I thought that it had to come to an end. And this was the right time to pull the trigger. And it was. LA Knight is still one of the most over baby faces. I loved what they did with the Prime truck and him stealing that. Very Stone Cold-esque. And I saw somebody point out that LA Knight is on a very similar Stone Cold trajectory. If you remember, Stone Cold got popular in 96. Very popular then, King of the Ring. Did not win a singles title until 98. Won the IC title, I believe. Then, of course, he went on to win the 99 Rumble, then win the world title. I don't think we're headed there that fast with LA Knight. Right. But my point being, it's not the first time we've kind of seen a slow burn for a guy that over. What does he do with this U.S. title run? This is another test for him. Can he elevate that title the same way Gunther did the IC title? Because Logan Paul brought eyes to the company, but he didn't elevate the title. That is LA Knight's job. There's tons of good competition on SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes, Baron Corbin, Andrade, Santos Escobar. There is more than enough there for him to do stuff with. I'm hyped.
Yeah, and everything you said was correct, because things that me and you've been talking about as far as LA Knight was, as far as the belt, not even just the two people. As far as the belt, the mid card for SmackDown is probably one of the best mid cards in WWE right now. Their mid card is cooking right now. Their mid card got guys hungry that wants to compete and wants to elevate that mid card. So yeah, as far as the match go, yes. As far as in ring, before even the bell rung, they was going at it and they was winning. Like I said, Logan Paul has had a bad match since he signed with WWE. In my opinion, I think he's, as far as like a celebrity guy, he's probably the best celebrity person we have. Second to, only person that's close is Bad Bunny, in my opinion. But Logan Paul really can wrestle, and his athleticism and the way he's feel for the ring and the way he do stuff is pretty fantastic for a guy who did. Yeah, and it's great. And they work so good together. Their chemistry was pretty good in the ring together. So
I would like another match out of these two.
100%. Berlin, 100%. If Logan wants to do Berlin, but Berlin, 100%. But yeah, I think for sure this was. I might hold off on saying this is the best match, because I think that Gunther and Priest in ring match is a little bit better, just a tiny bit better than that. But for sure,
I also want to point out, when we talk about another match, I think Logan's foot was under the rope.
Under the rope?
I noticed the camera didn't show it. And maybe
that might lead to something.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be there. And maybe they don't make any points of it. But I am pretty certain his foot was under the rope. And I think that's kind of where we get something. Oh, my foot was under the rope, and LA Knight, your lights were out. You're just lucky your foot was there. I'll beat your ass one more time. No,
100%. Yeah, 100%.
And then he beats him.
And I think that would be another banger match, overseas match that hit the crowd gonna be hot for LA Knight. I think Michael Cole, one of them said that this is I think Michael Cole said this is a must win, and that's something I said last week when we did our preview. I said this was a must win for LA Knight, because who knows if he get another opportunity like that. He might, but who knows? And like you said, kind of to what you said, this was an interesting point apart, the Stone Cold thing, because yes, actually he got a lot of mannerisms of Stone Cold, a lot of stuff like Stone Cold, because I could see that, though. I could see the 2026 Royal Rumble, him winning the 2026 Royal Rumble. Hell yeah, I could see that
maybe
happening.
2026,
maybe
not
2025,
but
no sir, not 2025, but 2026 I can see that 100%, because like you said, the trajectory for what he's been red hot for a year and some change. That usually don't happen.
Remember, everybody was clamoring for this guy to be the one to end Roman
Reigns. Yes, 100%.
And you gotta be pretty over to people.
You want to do that. And then him and Roman had a fantastic match, and it was like, okay, well, we know why he's not going to win that match, because he's going to win that title, because him and Logan Paul been going at it for a year. So once again, people could shit on Triple H all you want, but that man know how to do some long-term storytelling. It's been a year and some change going on with those two going back and forth about megastar this, who fake megastar. People don't know that. People don't watch as much, but I remember that joint, and it's been a year-long stuff. So it ain't just a match just happened right away. No, it's been a year long. Just like when Logan eventually fight John Cena, it's gonna be the same thing. People just ain't gonna know it. But this fantastic match is one of the 8.5, 9 out of 10. I guess another 9 out of 10 match. This was a fantastic match. It was great. In-ring stuff was amazing, and I'm just happy for LA Knight, because what he about to do for SmackDown and that mid-card is going to be amazing.
Yep, and another SmackDown title change, as we had a new WWE Women's Champion crowned, the Queen of the Ring, and Nia Jax defeats Bayley. I thought Bayley looked very good in defeat here, man. The fact that she gave Nia a power bomb was crazy.
Fantastic,
Yeah, all upset over there. Poor Bayley's fan. This was the one match you predicted wrong.
Yes.
I'm going to take my victory lap, because I know you're about to take it next. I not only predicted this right over you, I predicted the entire match to a T.
Yes, you did.
From what happened bell to bell. I didn't get what happened after bell. I thought we were getting Charlotte, but bell to bell, I thought Nia was going to look dominant. I thought Bayley was going to be valiant and kick out. This Bayley performance is what I thought we were going to get from Sammy, and we didn't. We got it strictly from Bayley, but Bayley with a ton of fight. I can't believe she kicked out of the Annihilator. Neither could Nia. The power bomb on Nia Jackson. She took her a good few feet too, and you saw that little wobble back. I was getting a little nervous,
I thought she was going to drop her.
But hey, she did it. The flying elbow was great. She hit her with a Bayley to belly.
Yeah,
both women are down, and I believe I texted you or I tweeted it. I said, "Cue the Tiffy time music," and
you
then
texted me, but you did both.
Right then, it's Tiffy time. First off, she came out with those bangs. She has gone full Barbie. I love it. But tonight she looked full Barbie.
Yeah,
and she comes out. To be fair, she gets the pop from the crowd, immediately gets dropped by Bayley. Bayley turns around, and Nia beat that ass for about 30 seconds. Double Annihilator. 1, 2, 3. New champ. Tiffy acts as if this was our master plan. 100%. We got you. I'm not sold, but for now, her and Nia, Queen Nia, Princess Tiffy on good terms. I think the Charlotte return may be coming on SmackDown. Maybe they wanted to save that moment. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's not coming. Maybe it's coming at Berlin, and they wanted to close the Bayley chapter with one more match. I don't know. But I saw some people say the match wasn't good. I really enjoyed it. I don't know
enjoyed
if
it
it's
too.
just Nia haters because
100%.
plus size woman, she got to
people,
be getting hated on for some reason.
It just people sometimes don't care for women wrestling, and so they don't. It got something like bees,
Well,
knees.
and
They got
especially like when you go from Rhea and Liv earlier, who are undeniable, 10 out of 10 smoke shows. And to Nia, who's not everybody's cup of tea, and you find any reason to hate on that because you want to be an asshole.
And once again, like, I mean, of course, like, you got to be harsh, you got to be a critic, as podcasters, and you view.
Yeah, I have no problem being critical of a bad match. But this was a good match.
Good match, yeah, and it did what it's supposed to do. It further story, and it was a good match. Like, I don't. Like I said,
I thought aside from Nia's match with Becky on Raw, this was her best performance of the year.
100%.
I mean, that match with Becky cooked. Like, that's
100%.
And they had so much time because it was a main event.
You talking about the street fight, right? The street fight that they had? Was the street
Raw,
fight? Yeah.
The main event match that they had on Raw.
Yeah.
Leading up to Mania.
Yeah.
I think Becky finally got her win back. I thought that was the best match that Nia's had this year. But I thought this was a clear second. I thought it was really, really good. I don't think it's going to get talked about as much because of the 3 matches that followed. But in the moment, I saw some negative tweets regarding it. And I was like, I like that match better than Sammy and Braun. And from an in-ring perspective, I kind of liked it better than Rhea Liv too. Yeah,
and Nia gets a bad rap because of because her first run in WWE, people not looking at what she did her second run. Her second run has been flawless. Even with the King of the Ring. Yeah, even with the King of the Ring, I think she had a good match with Lyra. Lyra took the bomb pretty well, and it was a pretty good match. So, like, I agree with you. I think it was a fine little match.
She's had some really good matches this year, and I think she is a well-deserved champion.
Well-deserved.
She's She was getting belts.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said that. It's funny that you said that because when you said that, and then you text me, it was like The Rock mom, and I'm like, okay, well, The Rock might come out. But then I seen her kiss and hug, and I'm like, oh well. Dylan was right.
She's been there for Nia matches before. I don't know what their relationship is, but it's clearly
that's her.
Oh no, I just meant I didn't know how close they are in general. I don't see The Rock's mom there for like she wasn't in France for Jey Uso's match. You know what I mean? Clearly her and Nia are just close in terms of family, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a great match. I love the direction we're headed. Obviously, when Tiffany eventually cashes in on Nia, it's coming.
My part, I'm going to cut you off, but my only thing about this match, as far as the Bayley thing, I want to know what's next for Bayley, because the SmackDown roster right now isn't the best. Compared to Raw.
You're not going to like what's next for Bayley, but I'll tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So Bayley is going to have a rematch with Nia, not win, and then her and Naomi are going to end up feuding with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Okay.
I mean,
hey, it's something. Yeah.
And then Blair Davenport, because Davenport's been feuding with Naomi. Now she's aligned with those. Maybe there'll be a third person that gets involved on that team, because eventually when the Jade and Bianca split comes, they're going to need somebody to go there. Maybe Bayley gets a little bit of time off too. But I thought this was a solid match. We move into the first of 3 main events. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre special guest referee match with Seth freaking Rollins.
I was disappointed about Seth Rollins, though, man. I thought he was gonna wear the little short shorts, man. And not trying to say, no, I don't want nobody to come at me about saying that.
You like what you like.
But
some short shorts, we won't judge.
I don't want to. But I thought he's gonna go full Shawn Michaels 1997 on this. This man came out with the pants. I look, it was a little disappointed. Now I ain't trying to. I love women. I was gonna let people know that who watch. I love women. I just was hoping that he'd be more flamboyant. That's all. I ain't like
women. You just wanted to see Seth Rollins' thighs. We got you.
Yeah, that's all. I thought he's gonna go full out. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. But you can continue. My bad. I just had to put that out to people because I just want to let people know that.
You just had to let them know. I hear you.
I just had to let people know.
So I thought that this was very well done. Seth Rollins comes out, his entrance, outstanding. Drew's average. When CM Punk came out, man, and it's different.
What the Rock do?
It's different than the Royal Rumble. In the Royal
Mm-hmm.
Rumble, we didn't get to soak it all in. Singles match, stadium, the hoodie, back in WWE, over 10 years later as singles match. It was fantastic presentation. You mentioned the pink gear. I think that was what he wore towards the end there. I don't know if that was done on purpose by him but great callback. Felt very 2014 CM Punk 2013, like you said. We get in there. We know it's going to be personal. Seth has to separate them immediately. I'm the ref. They just go after each other. Full fists of fury. Very solid match. Very close to back and forth. I'd say 60-40 Drew. We saw the bracelet come into play multiple times. Drew put it on when he was going to go for the Claymore, and Punk sees it with the Anaconda Vice, ends up taking it off. It ends up being on the mat. Seth Rollins, as the referee, let me get this out the way, picks it up, just throws it on his wrist. Punk has McIntyre up for the GTS, potentially on the verge of victory. Drops him because he sees the bracelet. It was at this moment we all knew McIntyre was going to win the match. We saw Seth get knocked down in this match. We saw a roll-up that should have resulted in a CM Punk win, and GTS that should have resulted in a CM Punk win. So I like that they certainly left the door open here. But Drew McIntyre ultimately gets the victory. Takes the bracelet back, so we know the feud's not over. My thought here is, well, I guess let's just talk about your thoughts on the match first.
Yeah. Watching CM Punk go out there with the hoodie on and the nostalgia act of that pretty much like threw me off. Like not threw me off in a bad way, but a good way. Like it just took me back to when I was in high school and whatnot. And you explaining that gave me chills. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that is just seeing this man back in WWE and with the hoodie. I thought I was gonna see Paul Heyman next to him, man. That's how it felt when I seen with the hoodie on and it's clobbering time and whatnot. The match itself, this is my 10. This is what I give a 10. This match, the cinema.
The match is definitely a 10. It wasn't a 10 fully just on in-ring, but the storytelling.
Yeah, man.
This was, in my opinion, the match of the night. Even over the Roman return, I thought that this was
the match. Yes, 100%. This was the match of the night, and this was a great number one. CM Punk looked great. He killed that wash allegations for at least for this night. He looked great. He sold great. The whole babyface thing was good. He had a good start. Drew was great. Drew played this match perfectly. The antics, all that stuff, the slow pace, the fast pace. Seth played his part in it. This was a 10 out of 10. And I don't give out a lot of 10s, but this match right here from start to finish was a great match. You could feel it when Seth was pulling apart and you could feel the crowd. Like you could you could feel like the ring was shaking. Like if you actually watch, it was shaking. Like that's how crazy this match was. Yeah. And they started throwing hands from the beginning. Like this was a great match of two guys that's, like you said, how we talk about the live and the real thing. This is going to lead us all the way past the fall until we get to 2025.
Yeah,
these three.
I think they're going to take a break at Berlin. So I'll give my thoughts here. If you remember, back in 97 when we had this, Undertaker Shawn did not wrestle each other at the following pay-per-view. I forget what it was, but they wrestled at Bad Blood. But there was I believe it was a Shawn Brett match, or an Undertaker Shawn match, or something. Undertaker Brett. Those two didn't fight in the middle pay-per-view, and I think we see something similar here. I think Bash at Berlin, we are going to see Seth Rollins, CM Punk.
Okay,
I think we're going to see them one-on-one. And I think we're going to see Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Gunther. I think we're going to 4-way for the title.
Okay.
Because I think Drew got his win.
We're all going to be interested in Monday.
That happened. Things are over. Time for me to go get my world title back.
Yeah.
In Punk's mind,
It ain't over.
Seth Rollins screwed me. Let me take care of this piece of trash. Then I'll be back for that other piece of trash a month later, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Drew still has the bracelet. Punk's not going to forget about that. That's where I think we're headed. We will see. I'd be a fan for sure. And Gunther getting his first win over Balor, Priest, McIntyre. I think Punk will cost McIntyre that match. But I thought this was executed to perfection. Like you said, for me, this was a 10 out of 10. For me, it lived up to everything I wanted it to be and more, even though I was wrong on the prediction. I did not care. Like you said, when you gave the prediction, Drew needed the win more. He's been losing a lot. I know he won the Money in the Bank, but even still, that night, you thought of him as a loser. Clash at the Castle, you thought of him as a loser. WrestleMania, you thought of him as a loser. So SummerSlam, leaving, thinking of him as a winner. I think that is smart. Obviously hindsight 2020, so it makes more sense to me now. But I thought it was overall good. CM Punk's bulletproof. And speaking of that World Heavyweight Champion.
Pretty much before you go, pretty much that last part you said is, I think Punk is so bulletproof that doesn't matter how many. I mean, he's not gonna take too many L's. I think he's gonna win overall this feud with Drew.
Well, but now I feel like he has to win at Bad Blood in that. 100%.
But we move on though. But 100%. Man, so what a fight! This was a fight right here.
This was the hardest hitting match of the night. Were those? I don't know if like scabs or blood vessels. Were those from Balor on Raw?
Yeah.
Or I wasn't sure if he had worked like a house show or something. And
that was some Balor on Raw. That was on Balor.
I just go to sleep early Monday because I went to
they were throwing hands
Tuesday, very early.
They were throwing hands. They were throwing hands. That
I saw the picture of Balor. He was way worse for wear than Gunther was. But this was very hard hitting. Damian Priest, we've talked about it at length, has another very solid match. When Gunther goes out there, I mean, it's going to be a certified banger. It certainly was that. These two beat the ever-living crap out of each other. The chops, the kicks, the punches, very hard-hitting, very strong style, very Gunther-esque, right? A Gunther match to its fullest. This was the Hurricane Rana by Priest off the top. What a display of athleticism from a guy that big. And then we see Balor come out. I already knew. So earlier in the night, we didn't talk about this. Right after the Dom turn, Priest is in the back, and he's like, "Where is like that POS piss?" And Balor's like, "I don't know." He grabs Balor by the shirt. Like, you have something to do with this.
Hey, wow for that.
He did. Well, Damian Priest should trust his gut because he most certainly is the mastermind behind all of this. It will be revealed on Raw. Believe that. So then we have that obviously transpired earlier in the night. Then later, right before this match, Balor says like we couldn't find him. Priest is like he probably left. I was like, again, Damian Priest, a smart baby face, a very new concept. I was like, oh, that I guess logically would make sense. He's like, I'm gonna go do my match. Balor's like, all right. He's like, Damian Priest goes, I'm sorry. Finn says, I'm sorry too. And I'm like, you ain't do nothing yet. And he goes, remember, the Judgment Day is always first. The Judgment Day is always first, huh? As in, what you think is best for the Judgment Day is booting that dude the out of there.
100%.
And then we, of course, once you see him come out to the ring, we all knew Gunther
Rams on the wall
takes out Balor. Priest gets him from behind. I believe he hit him with a Falcon Arrow. His like modified South of Heaven choke slam. 1, 2. Balor grabs Gunther's leg and puts on the rope. It's not to say Gunther wouldn't have kicked out, but Priest may have had him beat. And he turns his back, the booing, and Damian Priest once again a babyface with a brain looks up at the giant monitor
And
sees
sees it,
what
yep.
happened and is enraged, turns his attention to Balor, tries to go after him. Gunther grabs him, gets him in the choke. Priest gets out of it. And again, instead of going after Gunther, the rage, he could not control himself. He goes after Balor again, just like CM Punk. These baby faces tonight could not control their emotions for the sake of the match. Gunther grabs him again, powerbomb, chokes him out. GG's. New World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther.
I ain't gonna lie, this crowd was lit for this match. Like when he broke,
Cleveland was great.
Yeah, Cleveland was great.
Like, for an outdoor stadium, I don't think people really realize how hard it is to be that loud.
Yeah,
because it doesn't stay in the building like these arena, like in France. It was so loud because it was,
inside the ring. That's
outside a place like that, to be that loud is so impressive. They were louder than WrestleMania, and it's not because Philly fans weren't crazy. It's just because, again, so many people, but open dome and stuff.
Yeah, because
Cleveland.
Yeah, because when Roman hit that hoorah, you hear that, you heard that.
Oh, you heard it all night. You heard everything.
You heard everything, there was, because when he after the first one, when he kicked out that first one, that crowd erupted when he kicked one night. When he hulked out of that first one, I was like, whoa, Damien's really a babyface. Like, he's really that babyface really now.
Badass.
Yeah, I think this was the first time. I mean, maybe I gotta keep watching Gunther, but this is my first time where I feel like Gunther met his match. Like him and Damien
Damien was right there with him.
Yeah, he was getting it back too.
I'd be fine with those two one-on-one again in Berlin.
100%.
I think there's almost zero shot that Balor's not in the match with them. But Balor's a tag champ, so
yeah, he's a tag champ, and I mean, I feel like he's losing those champions real soon too. But yeah, this match was another great match. I think this whole card was great. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear us say great, good, awesome.
It was a 10 out of 10 show, and if you just don't see that often. This is the first 10 out of 10 show. WrestleMania night too. I mean, it might also be
crazy
10 out of 10, but I prefer this.
Yeah, this was a good 7. Y'all wanted more matches. This was a good 7-minute match card. No matter how y'all feel about other matches, but I feel like this was a great show. This was pretty much a flawless show as far as like
pacing was perfect too for the style of matches. Triple H knew what he was doing. He cooked.
Yes, he and I put that emoji in. I tweeted that. I said he's cooking right now. Like Triple H cooked up, like he cooked up masterpieces, because once again, if people actually realize and understand what Triple H does as far as a booker, you will understand that things don't happen quickly. Things happen years later or a year and a half later. Like I sent you some as far as when Damien cost Finn a title match. And he cost him, and we've been waiting for him to do that again. And we've been waiting. We thought
maybe Money in the Bank, a
year of the date, and then he did it, and that was something that was circling around social media. But it was a good heart. Of course, every Gunther match is hard hitting. Everything that Gunther do, them chops, them kicks, them holds that he do, it was great. I think, to be honest with you, Damien elevated Gunther to where Gunther never been elevated, and I appreciate Damien for that.
Well, because Damien has the size to keep up with Gunther, which you normally do not see in a ring. But again, I texted you, the Raw feuds are crazy. We have Punk, Rollins, McIntyre, Balor, Priest. Now Gunther is champ. We could see Gunther, Ilya. We're probably going to see Braun, Ilya. And it's in a really good spot. Gunther's going to be champ for a while. We'll eventually see Gunther Cena. I think I told you I want to see Gunther hold it for a year, and I want Cena to take it from him at next year's SummerSlam.
Yeah, 100%.
That's where we could be headed. Any final thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I mean, the implosion of Judgment Day happened right before our eyes, and it's some typical that would
SummerSlam 2024.
And this is typical Triple H as far as either he start factions or he end factions. So either one, that's what he do. So RP Judgment Day, I can't wait for Raw. This is, and I want to go on a little tangent, right? this is what we want as far as wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
This is we just had a crazy ass pay-per-view, and we're talking about Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. This is what we want.
Because there can't miss.
You know what I'm saying?
Always can't miss.
And I want to, and I'm because I know one of my friends gonna watch this, so I'm gonna take a jab at AEW. Yeah, you can have all the dream matches in the world, but if you ain't talking about it and what's next, the question is what's next. Okay, you can have all the fucking dream matches you want in the world, but if you can't hit me with the what's next, then I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna forget about it the next day. So yes, story. This
I
is
wanted
good.
dream matches. I could play 2K.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, dream matches is fine. It's cool, but if you keep giving me dream matches after dream match every fucking pay-per-view, then I ain't gonna care about what's gonna happen on Wednesday Night Dynamite. Anyways, that's my tangent because I know he gonna watch this. This is my boy. I love you, John. But yeah. So yeah, this like me and you talking about SummerSlam, but we can't wait for SmackDown and Raw. We talking about SmackDown and Raw. You know what I'm saying? This was a perfect pay-per-view. PLE, my fault. Premier Live Event. So like. Yeah, same thing. Like Billy Ray said, the same thing. But yeah. So yeah, that's my last little thoughts on that. Great match. Can't wait for Monday Night Raw because you're gonna see a whole bunch of promos, a whole bunch of backstage stuff. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But yeah,
and the debut of the Wyatt Six is still to come there. Maria and her situation with Liv and Dom, Finn and Damian, who challenges Gunther next. What's up with Braun Breaker? CM Punk McIntyre. It is
Raw stacked tomorrow, Monday. I said tomorrow, Monday.
On Friday, Roman Reigns return, Cody, Jimmy Uso. Is Jacob Fatu injured? And let's get into that. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa main evented the show. There was all this speculation. Can Solo Sikoa main event a show? And this match was very old school to open. And I'm talking Hogan era old school in terms of Solo Sikoa, the monster heel, beat the ever-living shit out of Cody Rhodes for about 10 to 15 minutes. Cody tried to get some offense in. Everything he did, Solo had a response for. I think an underrated thing that won't be talked about as much is this match solidified Solo as a real player. He kicked out of a crossroads in this match. He was dominant over the WWE Universal Champion. It was Bloodline rules, obviously. Cody was very super Cody, very super Cena-ass, kicking out of the Gorillas of Destiny finisher, the Jacob Fatu's finisher, a spear. Did not kick out of a Samoan spike, I don't believe. So they're kind of keeping that move strong. I like it. I thought the match was, I think like maybe 2 to 3 minutes less of old school Solo would have been fine. But I texted you. I said, bring out these other Samoans. And a couple minutes later, we got there. We started with GOD. They come out. Randy and Kevin. They fend them off. That rampway was so long. And watching Kevin and Randy run down it.
Randy was so funny. Randy and they're like this.
Yeah, it was so funny because like they were clearly trying not to like expand all their energy just getting to the ring, but like it was just it's the thing with these stadium shows sometimes. But so that happens. We get Fatu. I think Fatu actually got hurt. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know if it's a dislocation. He seemingly could not walk. He was pissed. He was throwing chairs from the ground. That did not seem planned to me. And I think we were supposed to see Jimmy Uso return and take out Fatu. But then Fatu was just already taken out. So I think they're going to save the Jimmy return to save Roman from an attack on Friday. Ultimately, I think that's where we're headed. I think Jimmy returns. It ends up being potentially too much. Cody gives the respect back to Roman and saves him. But that's why I think we did not see Jimmy Uso. For anybody wondering, I think it's because Jacob Fatu actually got hurt. Maybe as you're seeing this news has officially come out that he was. So he's down and out. Solo looking to take advantage. Boom. The return of the king, the GOAT, the undisputed, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. OTC, the pop, unreal. He came out alone, badass, came in, Superman punch, spear, like we talked about, left the bones to pick for Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, crossroads, the stare down as he's pinning Solo, I liked. This is just what the bloodline is, man. Excellent storytelling.
That's what they do. I mean, this they family tradition. This is what they do. They do good story. They're good wrestler. Yeah, I think on to the match itself. This was yeah, you're right. I think this is a show that Solo belongs. I was telling you about Solo, about his stuff that in the Indies and how good he can work, and I think this is with him showing the work. I think also
I thought he had a good frog splash.
Yeah, good frog splash. I think he was doing a lot of good. He was showing real heel tendencies of people that's been in the business for 20-something years. Show like pandering to the crowd, every move he throwing the ones up, slow, methodical. You know, what I'm saying, to the ground, not too much stuff
some
like
people
that.
say that that's boring, but again, to those people, I'll say, if you're one of those people that wants logic in your wrestling, that's logical. Yeah. I get it. You know, it's like the NFL. Some offenses aren't fun to watch. The Tennessee Titans in their prime, when they were just handing the ball to Derrick Henry and he was just running over defensive lines and Tannehill was the quarterback. Was it fun to watch? Not really. Did they get the 1 seed in the AFC that year? You're damn right that they did. Yeah. So again, it happens across sports. Solo Sikoa, much bigger than Cody Rhodes. Obviously, not as cardio heavy as Cody Rhodes. What's he going to do? Take his time in that beatdown of him. That's exactly what he did. It makes sense from a standpoint of, if this is a real fight, how would Solo act? I get it. It doesn't always make for the most entertaining match, but it's fine. It's old school.
Yep. Old school. And I mean, he's old school soul with
that family's got ties deep, and both of them do.
Way deep. Way both of them do.
You saw Arn Anderson giving Cody the pep talk.
What a cameo, man. What a cameo. I know them AEW fans is upset. But yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is, though, and this is why I think Cody is so good at what he did, because this is also a style that Cody can do too. Like, Cody been working fast-paced wrestling. I mean, fast-paced matches since he's been champion. You know what I'm saying? With the AJ matches, with the Logan Paul matches, with the Carmelo Hayes matches. So he's been working fast-paced matches. He switched it up for Solo, so Solo can get his shit off. And pretty much Solo got shit off. You keep hearing "fuck you" Solo chants, boos every time. Put the ones up. We want Roman. So it's like yeah, it might not be somebody people cup of tea who like watched the match and thought it was boring, but I think this was a pretty good wrestling match, a good heel tendency, a good heel building match for Solo, because he's going to be the top heel in SmackDown for a long time. Not a long time, but at least throughout the fall going into 2025 when they head to USA. He's going to be the top SmackDown heel. And then it's going to be Randy Orton. It's going to be Randy Orton and him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to hold it until Randy Orton becomes what he becomes. But Solo's going to be the top heel. So everybody's going to hate Solo. Everybody's going to, Solo's going to beat up Roman Reigns. I'm here to tell you that right now. He's going to beat up Roman Reigns at least once or twice. Roman Reigns is not going to come in and beat Solo up every single time.
Well, and also, at the start of this, Solo is going to have the bigger bloodline.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting Hikuleo very soon. I think maybe they speed that up and we get Hikuleo on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Truthfully, if Fatu is hurt, Solo needs some more muscle.
100%. And hopefully, because like I said, like I told you when we first started, I was excited to see Roman, but I was thinking about, because the way he couldn't get up and he was screaming, that wasn't just a fake scream, that was a real scream. Like, that was like, yo, I think I broke my ankle.
Let me see if there's any news on this.
Like it seemed like, yo, I broke my ankle. Like, I really badly messed up my ankle. I can't get up. I can't do anything like that. And I'm like, oh snap! And I think you're right. I think that was because the cue of match. I mean, Roman Reigns song was pretty like literally like what 25, 30 seconds after that. You know what I'm saying? It was quick because like, oh snap! That's what I was thinking in my head when I seen that happen. He really literally couldn't get up. And like you said, I think you said he crawled to but it kind of like he stood up. He was standing up towards.
Had to be helped to the back by referees.
Yeah,
you could see him not putting weight on.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks, man.
I watched the replay back, and it looked like he may have
clipped his ankle.
Yeah,
he clipped his ankle on like the bridge, like the top of the thing, the announcer table. Like, they showed the replay and he clipped it like towards the end, like the way coming down, he smacked it and look, hopefully just a sprain. Hopefully
Triple
he's
H
out.
said that him and Logan were both banged up after, so Logan may be dealing with something as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, then we might see Hikuleo this Friday. You know what I'm saying, to replace to play Jacob Fatu, and if Jacob Fatu is out for a extended period of time, then Hikuleo will come right in, which I think that's cool too.
I don't mind getting the titles on God either there, but again, my point being, Solo is going to have some advantage over Roman in a general setting because he has more of a bloodline right now.
Yeah,
you know, we didn't see Jimmy tonight. Maybe we can like safely assume that they're going to be boys, but you know, is Kevin Owens going to want to work with Roman Reigns? Probably not. Is Randy Orton going to want to work with Roman Reigns?
The only person that's Cody. Dumb enough is him.
I don't even know if Cody's going to want to work with him though, because my thinking of this is we might be headed towards a more, I don't want to say friendly, but a face v face situation of Cody versus Kevin versus Randy at Berlin, and I think maybe Cody pins Kevin in that match. Orton eventually gets pissed, and then we see the RKO following that. And like, I think those three may pull back from Bloodline stuff.
Yeah,
and let Roman handle it.
Yeah, and 100%. I just don't.
And again, think about SmackDown then, a 2-hour show, not 3 like Raw. You have Cody, Kevin, Randy. You have Roman Solo Bloodline stuff. You have everything with Nia as the new champ now. LA Knight US title reign. The tag division, like SmackDown is loaded for 2 hours.
And that's the thing what we're gonna see, because it's kind of the same thing that happened with Jey Uso when he went to Raw and everybody was on Raw where nobody want to tag up with himself for Cody. And I kind of can see Cody doing the same thing with Roman, not to a degree.
I think it'll be Roman and Jimmy. And I don't know. I don't know, because again, there's just not a shot in hell in my mind that Kevin and Randy help Roman.
Oh no!
I just also don't think putting the WWE title on the back burner that way Cody could team up with Roman is the right move either.
I mean, because I'm kind of like thinking like, okay, maybe is there a way we don't see
get Hikuleo on Roman's team and it's a 3-on-3?
Yeah, maybe, but then again, I don't see that happen because that's his brothers. So it's like it's I don't know.
Mean, Solo is brothers with Jimmy and Jay.
100%. So I mean, that's
I don't know if his brother thing means anything to these guys.
Yeah, it don't. As long as they within that Samoan family.
I mean,
it's gonna be interesting as far as Friday.
As far as you said, what does it do?
Yeah,
makes you want to see what's next.
Makes you want to see what's next. I mean, it's very. I mean, I know 100% that I 100% know that Kevin and Randy will not want anything to do with.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're headed for a. If you remember Survivor Series a couple years ago, where, well, not a couple, I should say a long time ago, maybe 15. Cena, Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, the triple threat
DX was together. I think we could see something kind of similar, Cody, Kevin, Randy, where everybody's a face. It's a fun match. People pick their side.
I just got to see how we're gonna get there. How that'll work with the dynamic.
Well, I just think maybe it'll be, hey, we helped you take out the bloodline. Maybe we should get title shot, or I don't know. Like again, that's on me. We'll see, man. Because it's like I said, do you have a Berlin without Cody? Possibly, if you got Gunther headlining it, you might not see Cody in it. You might not see Cody in Berlin. Cody announced his August dates. He's Berlin.
Berlin. Okay, cool. So we gotta see what we get there. I mean, if we do the triple threat, I'm gonna be cool with the triple threat because that's a good match. You know what I'm saying? Or you do a solo rematch. Either way, I'm cool with it.
I don't think. Maybe they do. I hope that Cody. I
know for sure. I know for sure Roman not gonna be in Berlin. I know that 100%. I know he ain't gonna be in Berlin. So I mean, then you gotta think.
But you don't need to. I mean, if we build out this Berlin card right now, and let's say the main event is Gunther versus Priest versus Balor versus McIntyre. Let's say we have Cody versus Kevin versus Randy, 2 multi-man matches for the big titles. We do Punk Rollins I mean, that's 3 bangers right there. We know that Triple H likes to hold it to 5. Let's get a women's match on here. Let's get, Rhea and Liv again, and Dom interferes again, and then, throw in LA Knight and Logan Paul, throw in LA Knight and Santos, or throw in Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, and boom, like there's your 5 matches.
Mhm.
Like, and I didn't even say Roman Reigns' name there, and that is a stacked card. And then push ahead to Bad Blood, we could see Roman versus Solo. We could see Cody versus Randy. We can see Gunther versus, whoever is up to the plate at that point, but I'm sure he'll be on there. And then the 2 Hell in a Cells, Punk and McIntyre and Rhea Liv. So if we're getting Rhea Liv at Bad Blood in the Cell, my guess is we're going to get Bailey Nia at Berlin.
Yeah.
So swap out that women's match. But again, we're there.
Yeah.
2 5-match cards.
Yeah,
and
2 5-match cards. Yeah, and I think it's cool. Lead into Survivor Series where we probably will see. I know you said we ain't gonna see a Canadian. But we might see. Shit, you might fuck around see Cody in that match with the bloodline.
No, not a shot in hell. Not a shot in hell. Cody's teaming up with those guys. There's a difference between not of respect and team up, and not a shot in hell. He's teaming up with them. I think Cody Randy ends up taking us through the fall.
Survivor Series, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be compelling television over the next 2 months because we'll see what they're gonna do. Because you also have you also gonna have the Rock thing and there as far as what the Rock is gonna do and how the Rock is gonna factor in with the Cody stuff. But you also got the bloodline stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm excited for.
It will have us glued to our screen.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I'm excited for. So I can't wait. I really can't wait for Monday and Friday because these promos is gonna be crazy. These backstage stuff's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is probably gonna be the week with pretty much not that much in-ring action. And I'm okay with it for this week. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to get the YA6 in the new Alpha Academy, which I'm happy about. I mean, I don't know how long that match is going to go. I don't think it's going to go longer than 10 minutes, even maybe less, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. But other than that, as far as the promos you got, the new champions, of course, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we get Love with Kaiser back and he with Imperium back with Gunther. We'll see how that goes, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're in a very, very fun spot here. Let us know all of your thoughts coming out of SummerSlam. What you think of the show? What is next? If you haven't hit that subscribe button, be sure to do so. We will be back up here with a pod next Thursday for y'all.
Next Thursday. Yep.
Again, depending on the sport you guys show, more content could come out on the way. But until then, probably be sticking to 1 a week. If something breaking happens, maybe we'll hop on here and talk for, 15, 20 minute hangout. But we will catch you guys when we catch you. Until next time, peace out.
Peace out.